absolutely.
And I never was on that trip.
But I'm saying if you'd acquired Verlander in 2017, I'm sure when the Astros acquired Verlander, they thought, okay, we're going for it. We'll see what he does down the stretch this year.
The players openly campaigning to get him.
Right, I know. I just don't know if 2019 any general manager, including the general manager in Houston, thought he'd be a Cy Young Award candidate / winner.
No.
You know,
Although
you would have taken up to.
You put pitchers in categories in this era of baseball last 20 years, and Cole Hamels can't sniff what Justin Verlander's.
Oh.
And that's just my personal opinion.
No,
and so
that's not even an opinion. That's like fact. Yeah, Hamilton had one terrific postseason. That was it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying, Stoney, about the pitching?
Scherzer and Strasburg on Sunday might split the game.
No.
For home field advantage. Wild.
That'd be stupid.
Well, then I pick
Scherzer, wild card starter. Period.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he might pitch like 3 or 4 innings on Sunday because that would be his bullpen day anyway. And then have Strasburg. That's what I was listening to at MLB.
The Nationals just can't get out of their own way, can they?
If that happens, yeah.
I mean, seriously. You have Max Scherzer. You have one game you have to win. That's called the wild card game. I don't care if you play that game in Craig Counsell's backyard. You start Scherzer.
I know.
Do they watch baseball?
No, he would start anyway, but he would pitch a few innings on Sunday if they needed to get home. And he would...
I would fire Dave Martinez on the spot.
That's what they were saying on the radio coming in. I don't know.
Well, that's fine if that's what they're going to plan. I was thinking about that as well because, it was 2012, if I'm not mistaken. So 7 years ago that they famously shut down Strasburg in whatever, August or September. And how many playoff series have they won since then? Series.
I don't think they've ever won a series.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, and they've gone through a ton of managers, too.
I know.
They had Dusty, they had Matt Williams, they had Davey Johnson, they had Riggleman, and now they got Dave Martinez. You have Max Scherzer.
I know.
You got one game.
I know. He's pitching a lot. There's no doubt in my mind.
I would just say, Max, exactly what do you need to do between now and when's the wild card game? Tuesday? Wednesday?
Yeah.
What do you need to do between now and next Tuesday to get your optimal performance? Whatever it is.
Right. Maybe that's it. Maybe he wants to pitch a few minutes. I have no idea. Look, I agree with you.
I think I'd rather have him stay home and watch football all day because he's such a fantasy football fan.
I agree.
Stay home Sunday, Max.
Yeah, I would wrap him in bubble wrap and put him in the overhead compartment and not even, can you imagine if he pitches Sunday? Let's pitch a couple innings. Line drive back up the middle. Whoa, it went off Scherzer's knee.
Oh, I know.
He's limping just a little bit. Boy, Johnny, I hope he's okay. Yeah, Fred, looks pretty bad. Yeah. Gio Gonzalez will start. I mean, come on.
What about if they do that for the wild card? I'm sure Strasburg's the wild card.
I mean,
What you do whatever you can to win.
Right.
yeah, but I'm just saying, starting Max Scherzer on full rest on a wild card game seems to be the best mode of getting.
Well, speaking of the wild card, the American League wild card is wild now because Oakland's lost 2 games in a row.
Is that where the name came from?
What?
Wild?
No.
Oh, okay.
But Oakland's lost 2 games in a row, so they're the first wild card. They lead the other team by a half. Tampa by a half. They lead Tampa by a half, and then Cleveland by another half.
Yeah. And then Tampa was the #1 wild card.
Stoney,
Oakland.
what's hanging out of your right arm over there?
Oh yeah, wow! It's down. It's bounced.
Dryer sheet.
Dryer sheet.
Yes.
Hey, this is Tony's doing laundry. That's good to see. I couldn't even see from where I was sitting, so he raised his right arm and the dryer sheet.
Yeah, all of a sudden completely distracted. What's
Hey, listen,
hanging out of your arm?
That happens sometimes. That happens.
I know.
Yes, it does. Nothing you can do.
It's just more fun to make fun of me than anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I haven't brought up with anybody. If he was hanging out of Jamie's arm,
I know.
That wasn't a Stoney.
At least it was just a dryer sheet.
Yeah.
Because I've had worse happen to me.
Same.
Yeah.
Underwear.
Yes.
Spousal underwear.
Well, it was mine. Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It wasn't in public. I put on a pair of pants, and all of a sudden, a pair of underwear dropped out of the bottom of my pants. I'm like, okay.
It was Christie's.
Yes, it was Christie's or someone else's. I couldn't keep track. Yeah, it was Christie's. All right, on the show today, we will talk to Wojo. Wednesdays with Wojo, our weekly Wojo fix at 9:35. Wojo chimed in today in the Detroit News on the Jim Harbaugh situation, and he raised I won't say it's a theory, but just a observation he has of Harbaugh that kind of goes along with one of the questions you asked him about kind of being more mellow on the sideline. So we'll talk to Woj about that. We also have more tickets to give away to see Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer next summer. People seem pretty excited about this concert. We'll do that coming up at 7:30. We got the Wide 9 at 6:50. We look back, we look ahead, we talk Lions, Michigan, and Michigan State. But up next, it is our weekly chat with Jim Harbaugh. We go out there on Mondays and talk to the Michigan head coach, and obviously this week was a interesting week for Michigan, and we'll get his thoughts on what happened against Wisconsin and what needs to happen going forward. Jamie and Stoney, that's next, 97.1 The Ticket. If you have a son or daughter playing a fall sport, and if, lo and behold, they come up with an injury of some kind, that's a tough one. It really is, because obviously you want what's best for your kid, but you also know that these seasons are short, and there's very few opportunities. Unlike at the University of Houston, they can't redshirt and come back next year. They want to play, and you want to get them back on the field. Well, the number to call if you want to get them back on the field healthy is 248-669-2000. Talk to my friend, Dr. Letterman, Dr. Quarterwitz, and they will tell you all the options that are available to you. Some people will say, put a cast on it, it's done, season's over. Not Dr. Letterman and Dr. Quarterwitz. They will exhaust every option to try to make sure your child feels better, gets better, and gets back on the field more quickly. For example, they have stem cell therapy, they have laser therapy, they have an on-site physical rehab facility. They will look at every possible way to make sure they figure out what's best for your kid, what's best for you, and how best to get them back on the field more quickly. 248-669-2000. That's 248-669-2000. Or check them out on the web at lkorthopedics.com. Get better, faster, LKO.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, 1-800-CALL-SAM. We got a few problems on your drive so far this morning. Keep in mind there's now an accident, 94 westbound, just after 26 Mile Road. You will see delays past 26 Mile. Also, some heavier traffic now on M59 westbound near Old Van Dyke. There's also a crash reported on 696 westbound just before the Van Dyke exit. That's affecting the right shoulder. And another accident reported, this time in the Brighton area, US 23 heading southbound just before 96. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. When you need help, you turn to family. Every day we fight for families like yours because we are family.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
If you haven't checked out Lady James in Washington Township, you are missing out. Get a precision haircut, hot towel treatment, and hot laser neck shave from one of our talented stylists for a great price. Lady James in Washington Township on Van Dyke, just south of 26 Mile across the Target. Quick and awesome.
Hi, I'm Lucy, your daughter's favorite ballet teacher. This flu season, I can't afford to get sick. So I get my flu shot at Rite Aid because 14 little ballerinas and their parents are counting on me to get them recital ready. Please, second position.
And I'm your Rite Aid pharmacist. The flu shot is no cost with most insurance and no appointment needed. So come join Lucy and get your flu shot at Rite Aid today for everyone who counts on you.
Vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in states. See pharmacist for details.
Do you have an extra car in your driveway that you're no longer using? Let Mother Waddles put it to good use. When you donate your car to Mother Waddles, you're helping to change a life. Just think, your generous car donation will help someone get a job, or further their educational goals, or help a needy person get back and forth to their doctor. Your old car still has value. So do your part and help Mother Waddles to help others by donating your car to Mother Waddles today. And remember, Mother Waddles is Michigan's largest and most trusted car donation program. Plus, we take any car, running or non-running. So provide hope and change a life today. Call Mother Waddles at 313-WADDLES or simply donate your car online at motherwaddles.org. That number again to donate your car for tax deduction and help someone in need is 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
Monthly says 10,500 miles a year. No security deposit. Fluid signing F-150, 2,349. Escape, 2,480. Easy plan for returning F-150 and escape listings. F-150 includes factory select inventory cash. Plus tax, title, license, and dock with a group financing through Ford Credit in September 30th.
Brian Godfrey, Pat been looking forward to celebrating its 60th anniversary this month. How does that make you feel?
We're proud of our 60-year tradition delivering award-winning customer service and exceptional savings.
Celebrate with Pat been looking forward and save when you lease the new 2019 Ford Escape SE 4-wheel drive from just $159 a month.
Or lease a new 2019 Ford F-150 Super Crew 2018 Ford Triple Crown Award recipient.
Celebrate 60 years of savings, service, and customer satisfaction at Pat Milliken Ford on Telegraph Road and PatMillikenFord.com.
Pat Milliken Ford, 60 years of the experience you deserve.
It started with a road trip into the American Midwest. Huntington bankers with one mission, to understand how people make sense of money. And that's how we met Brenda.
How do I control money? Envelopes. The first of the month, I divide up my cash. One envelope for groceries, one for gas, one for fun. It helps plan out my spending.
And that's how we came up with digital envelopes for your checking account. Our customers give us the best ideas. Huntington, welcome. Member FDIC. Learn more at huntington.com.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. We'll also have a dolphin chatter excitedly in front of the perfect candidate. Okay, there's no dolphin. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
At Westin Hotels and Resorts, our entire reason for being is your well-being, which is why our wellness offerings are curated with one thing in mind: you. An Eat Well menu crafted with fresh ingredients, an on-demand fitness gear lending program that allows you to pack light and stay fit, and our heavenly bed that helps you conquer the day by giving you a restful night. All of it just for you, so you can rise. Explore at Westin.com, a member of Marriott Bonvoy.
Now available for download. Always Aggravated, a Mike Valenti's signature podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes.
Won the ticket, the Jamie and Stoney Show, joined by Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh. Jim, I know you just finished a press conference here, and you said A to Z, just a totally disappointing day in Madison.
Yeah, not one that we're proud of, and it's unacceptable. And it starts with self-critical and looking at all the ways that I can be better, need to be better. But it's everything. It's coaches, it's players, and we're determined to get it fixed. And we're back doing that. It started yesterday, right after the ball game. It's been we are determined to treat this week like it's the most important game on the schedule, because it is. It's the next one. We have to win the next game. We have to find the improvement.
Can you tell your fans what about being self-critical? What do you criticize yourself the most about?
In terms of coaching, if you're beaten in a scheme type of manner, then I take responsibility of that. Certain plays offensively where we got, in terms of defense, if the fits aren't right, if we didn't tackle right. That led to a big play, which happened. I take that personal and feel like that's part of my responsibility when it comes to scheme, tackling, technique. Same offensively. If we're being out physicaled, or if we are not protecting the quarterback and the running backs the way we should, if somebody doesn't know what to do on a play, if there's a mental error, that's something I got to see. I got to make sure that it's run again and perfected during the week. And back to the physicality, the hustle. All those things that's unacceptable to be out physical, to be to have a team that hustled more than we do. Players have to take responsibility of that for that. And then also you got to make sure that the players are playing that will give you that kind of all-out effort and put them in a position to be physical and win at the line of scrimmage.
I think what surprises me and a lot of Michigan fans is that this is your 5th year here at Michigan, and a team, a Jim Harbaugh team, is being out-physicaled in year 5, like maybe year 1, year 2. Does that surprise you? Because that seems unlike a team following your coaching career at Stanford and the 49ers, that would be happening at this point in your time here.
Yeah, it happened. It was not something that we're proud of at all. And you give credit. I'm not taking anything away from Wisconsin.
Right.
I do not want to do that. They played a really good football game. They did the things that you have to do to win a game, and they did it in a manner that was better than us. And so, without taking anything away from them, I'm saying it. I'm determined to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And it is unacceptable, and it will get fixed.
Did you enter the game feeling like you had the game plan to win it and the physicalness to win? I mean, did you enter Camp Randall on Saturday thinking we have what it takes to go in there and win this football game?
Yeah, we believe in our team. We believe in our players and believe in our coaches and that day didn't happen. But I'll go over all the real details with our coaches, with our players, and that's for us to do as a team. But yeah.
Some of your players said after the game, we lost our identity. We didn't play with any juice, hustle, that type of stuff. How does that happen? I mean, and what is the identity of this football team, and how do you want to change it or just keep identity? Is such a vague word, but that's what they said.
Yeah. Well, we have to. You hit two of them. Physical. Hustle. That's hustling at all times. Constant hustle. Is playing all out and getting the guys in there that are going to do that and do it for 60 to 70 to 80 plays. And when it comes to the focus and them knowing what to do, I gotta make sure that we're coaching that, and we are. If it's not done right, as I said, we do it again. It's that kind of mindset. But our identity is to do those things. To tackle, to block, protect the quarterback, come off the ball. We've got an experienced offensive line. We've got guys that have been here 3, 4, 5 years. There's high expectations in all those areas.
We're talking to Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh here, 97.1 The Ticket. How are your quarterbacks physically? Shea Patterson, Dylan McCaffrey.
Shea's doing okay, doing good. We'll see him today, but I would say he'd be probable for the game. And any kind of X-ray or test was negative. So Dylan will be doubtful for this ball game, and Joe Milton will step up and be the backup quarterback most likely this week.
Jimmy mentioned 5 years in the program. Would it be fair to say, because most of the criticism that people have about this team, the program is, I can't believe it's taken Jim Harbaugh this long to develop a really good quarterback, because most people don't think Shea's okay, but great. Are you surprised that it's taken this long to have your quarterback who can go out and just dominate games like great quarterbacks can?
I think Shea's good. I think Shea's a really good player, and because he is, and we gotta give him the protection. We gotta give him the time that a quarterback needs, and that's on all of us. That's on coaching staff. That's on the offensive line. That's on the receivers getting open, tight ends as well. Just like I think our backs are good, and they need space. They need holes. They need room to run. So that would be my answer to those that don't think Shea's a good quarterback. He is.
One loss is one loss, and you guys are 2-1. Those are the facts. Obviously, this was a tough loss, but is that your message? I mean, there's still obviously a long way to go in this season. When you were in the NFL, one loss is nothing. You lose 6 or 7 games, you can still be in the playoffs. You lose one loss in college, and obviously it feels like the sky's falling a little bit.
This game is the most important game. That's the message.
The Rutgers game.
Yes. This game. Win the next game. That's the most important message. And putting in the plays and the defenses and the schemes, to win this game is where our focus is.
Optics are what they are, but in the early part of your Michigan tenure, you were a lot more animated on the sidelines, seemed more engaged. Am I seeing something that's not there? A lot of the fans, such as me, they think you look, I don't know, distracted is a bad word, but not as engaged as you used to. Like, I don't know if you've toned down histrionics.
Mellowed out.
You've mellowed out. There's a better word. You're a smarter person than I am.
No, I don't feel mellowed.
Okay. Because that's the way it looks. Another thing I want to ask about, everybody made a big deal about the changing of the offense. But it's the defense. The last 3 times you guys have played Power 5 teams, is Ohio State, Florida, and Saturday, have been shredded. Are you concerned that teams are figuring out Don Brown, or is this just a blip, so to speak?
It wasn't good, really, as I said, A to Z. So yeah, when it's schemed and we're getting out schemed, we gotta make sure we're doing a better job coaching and getting that fixed and getting that corrected. So there's the self-critical, nature of, when you lose a ball game, that's where you go. I mean, that's where it starts, and without excuse, we get determined to fix it and make it better.
Is it a situation where these players are going to have a tough week of practice? I mean, I just have the feeling when you were a player and you had a tough loss that my guess is your college coach was probably rough on the team for a couple days. Is that the way it's going to be, do you think, this week for these guys? Are they going to be running a little bit?
I would say, running, of course they're going to be running. They play football, but it's what everybody wants. It's everybody wants to get back to work, want to solve the problems.
Some of the former players of this team, Woodson was on television, said he was embarrassed. I saw Steve Hutchinson say, "Can't we at least compete?" Doug Skeen was taken aback that nobody went after the kid that hit Dylan. Is this valid criticism? And to the former players, the players who played here, is there a message you need to give them? Do they need to, be more involved in the program, or is that okay for them to shoot off like they did?
You're saying stuff that I have. The whole football world saw including us. We are. That's not acceptable when we played.